It has come down to the final two league games of the season, but we're very much still in with a chance of automatic promotion. And in fact, we are in the driving seat. So yeah, mistakes were made at this point in time. I forgot to start record when we played the Lincoln match. So that's currently happened, so you're about to see a very, very shortened down review. And yeah, sorry about that. So before our most recent match, we'd had 3 wins in a row. We'd beat Ipswich 1-0, Cardiff 3-0 and Huddersfield 1-0. Those results actually put us top of the championship table and left us in a good spot. Like you can see, Bournemouth have overtaken us since then, but that is through no fault of our own. The most recent set of fixtures saw us with a 5-0 win against Lincoln and a really good performance from us. The only issue that we fell into was that Bournemouth went ahead and won 8-0 on the day. This was a really good day for us though. We saw Duran score a couple of goals in front of the Stockport fans. It was the day that secured us automatic promotion, but I think one of the highlights was definitely Lee Dilly grabbing his first hat-trick for the club. This is a guy I said I hoped would fire us to the Premier League, and he has done that. He's been helped along the way by Duran and a lot of others definitely, but Lee Dilly is currently our top scorer. It was this hat-trick that he scored today which puts him up the top of the scoring charts. He's also surpassed his total from last season. So it's been a great season for us, a great season for Lee Dilly. And yeah, definitely very happy with what we've been able to achieve. With that, it also means we have been given some budgets for next year. We've got 27 million to spend and roughly just double our wage budget at the moment. So there is a lot of room for us to improve the squad. Not 100% sure what I'm going to be doing with it at the moment. We know there's definitely players in our team which we would like to keep around. Smith and Dilly. We said at the beginning of this season that these two would be vital for the future of the club. And they've shown it this season. Smith especially, his average rating of 7.29 makes him the second best player in the championship. The only player better than him is John Duran. So it's been a sensational season from these two. We can see Lee Dilly as well, almost at the top of the goal scoring charts. If he can have a good game on the last game of the season, he could finish as the championship's top scorer. So lots of reasons for us to be delighted with what's happened this season. And we've got a chance to end it now and hopefully get our hands on a title. Automatic promotion is achieved. We're on the same goal difference as Bournemouth. So if we win by more goals than them, we will get the title. The last game of the season sees us take on West Brom, whereas Bournemouth travel to Watford. Neither West Brom nor Watford have anything to play for, so you would like to think we can both go out and get the results that we need. It's just which of the teams can score more goals on the day, and we are going to hope that is us for the last game of the season. It's pretty much the regular squad that you do see on a regular basis. Balkan begins in goal, Smith, Kwanzaa and Morris begin at the back. Akchacek has been getting a run of games recently. I think he's started every game since the last episode and we're yet to concede a goal, so he's definitely doing something right. He's been performing fantastically in those games as well, so hopefully he can continue that today. Patino and Brooks have formed a good partnership in that midfield area as well. Isaac and Duran continue on the wings. Dempster is quite a new addition to the starting lineup. Obviously has been getting relatively good minutes throughout the season, but what a player this guy has turned out to be. Didn't think he would develop as he has really blossomed as a footballer over the past few months, and getting this game time in the championship has really helped him improve his game, and he is now very much a fixture in our team. Isaac on the left hand side as well, we won't forget his influence he's had over our time at the club. regularly chips in with a lot of goals, whether he's playing on the left or up front. So great to see him be given an opportunity next year in the Premier League. And Lee Dilly up top, our top scorer this season, and with an opportunity to finish in the top scorers in the Championship. He's currently just behind Kobayashi on 20 goals. He's got 19. So if he can go ahead and have a good final game of the season, he could find himself with a Championship golden boot to his name. West Brom have proven to be a little bit of a bogey team for us since we got promoted, but we're not going to let that worry us today. We'll be going into the game playing with a lot of freedom. We know that we have already got promotion secured, and hopefully that will allow us to play with a little bit of swagger, get a few goals, get Dilly the golden boot, and just finish the season on an even bigger high than what we have already. Dempster's looking to get us started early. He swings a corner to the back post. Joel Quanta, it's only his third goal of the season. The other 2 goals also came in an episode, so he reserves it all for you guys. But 3 minutes into the match, he has given us the lead. It was a great ball to the back post from Dempster, and Kwanzaa probably not even having to jump to rise highest above the defenders, and he gives us a nice early start in this match. Like we're saying, it's going to be goals that get us the title today, so we just want to keep going out and getting as many as possible. West Brom should still be on the beach, maybe wanting to put in a good performance in front of the fans, but with nothing to play for and us knowing that we have to get the goals, you would like to think our motivation is a lot stronger than theirs. We're playing it round the back nicely. Patino now playing it forward to Dilly, and now Isaac has the opportunity to release Dempster. He has the ball, he has the opportunity to shoot. It was closed down unfortunately though, and West Brom's keeper is able to gather. Bournemouth yet to make a breakthrough in their match, remains 0-0 at Vicarage Road at the moment. So looks nice to see us at the top of the table at the minute. Can't envisage it staying that way though. I do think Bournemouth will go ahead and get a goal in that match, which will take them top of the league. So we need to make sure that we keep our concentration up. We don't want to concede today. Want to make sure Balcom finishes the season with another clean sheet. He's got the record in the Championship now, and if he can just go and add a few more to that to make it definitive, then it would really cap an excellent season for him. He is going to be offered a new contract and given the opportunity to be our Premiership keeper as well. I definitely think he's performed well enough to at least be given the opportunity to do it. He's got an opportunity to step up for us now, and he manages to do so well. West Brom's player got through one-on-one, but Balcom stood tall, made himself big, and made sure West Brom couldn't find the back of the net. Morris helps him by getting rid of the corner as well. Just coming up to half time now, 7 minutes left before that happens. Lee Dilly bursting forward with the ball but finds Freddie Smith. Those two have struck up a really good partnership across this season. Freddie Smith has been finding Lee Dilly a lot with crosses into the box, and he's looking to do so again. This time he finds Isaac, but Isaac's header just goes over the bar. We're not able to extend our lead in the match, and it remains 1-0 going into half time. Looks to remain 0-0 in the Watford Bournemouth match as well. So it's advantage us currently, but we know all that can change in the second half. Dean Garner gets a corner in for West Brom, and it's a warning sign for us there that West Brom aren't done in the match. They want to get back into the game, so we need to be on our toes. It's another corner for them now, just 50 minutes gone. They've started the second half with a lot of intent. Alfie Dorrington with a header there that just goes wide of the post. We're going to demand more from the team. Dilly really isn't having a great day today. In his quest to be top scorer in the league, he would have liked to have finished on a bigger high than this. Doesn't look to be his day today. Isaac is tiring as well. Short Hyatt can come on. We'll bring on Constant in place of Patino and just give ourselves a little bit more defensive solidity in there. I am actually going to bring on Wiseman up top. Would like to see Wiseman get his first goal in Stockport colours if he could before the end of the game. So that's the reason for bringing him on. Didn't look like Dilly was going to do anything in the match, so it's unfortunate for him to miss out on the opportunity to finish top scorer. But what a season he's had, like we said, beat his total from last year, troubling the top scorers in the league in a season where he's been unhappy a lot of the time as well, has had his head turned. And I think the return that he has given us is really, really good. So he'll end his season with his head held high, and he'll be getting his wish that he had over the summer to be playing Premier League football. It's a year after he wanted it to be, but he's got more chance of playing more consistently in our team, and that should hopefully fill him with a lot of confidence and a lot of happiness. Oscar Bob can come on, and I am going to bring on Piccinini as well. I don't think Piccinini will quite be able to make it as a Premier League player for us. We did try to offload him in the January transfer window, but he has been a great player. I've really enjoyed his time at the club. If he can sign off with a goal for us, that would be great, but we're definitely giving him a farewell appearance today. Morris now gets it to Constant, he gets it to Dempster. We're trying to give Piccinini the ball, but Morris keeps on pinching it from his foot. It's not good of him, but we're able to bring it forward. Smith's ball is cut out low, and now Josh Madgett is through, and Balcom not able to extend his clean sheet record this season. And I think with that, that'll put Bournemouth back at the top of the table as well. I knew West Brom have been a bogey team for us ever since we've been promoted, and if they ruin what would have been a lovely title win, I'm really not going to be impressed with them. We are looking to get forward now. Piccinini plays it to Shortire, he gets it to Constant, there's space ahead of him, he finds Smith, and again Constant running into that space on the right hand side. Smith cuts inside, loses possession, and we're forced back to Balcom. Actor check now. Piccinini does well to turn his man in midfield. He gets it into Dempster, but that's a wasted finish. Really should have been doing better with that chance. It was fantastic play from Piccinini to spin away from his man. We're going to go very attacking now, and hopefully we will get a dramatic goal in these last few minutes. Smith with the throw-in. Oscar Bob picks the ball up and gets it back to Smith. It goes to the back post. West Brom's keeper's equal to it at this point though. With a couple of minutes left in the match, it's a very, very tense finale for us. Piccinini back to Akcicek now. We just want to get the ball forward. We want to get the goal as quickly as possible. Settle some nerves. And hopefully don't say West Brom ruin the party either, because that's definitely not in the script today. Wiseman hopefully can run onto the ball. Doesn't put pressure on the keeper. But we retain possession anyway. Shortire on the left hand side, cuts in onto a stronger right foot. Thought he was going to shoot earlier, but Oscar Bob has found the back of the net. I think Shortire's shot took a couple of deflections, and this could put us back at the top of the league. As long as Bournemouth haven't got a goal in their match, this would put us back to the top of the table. It would give us the title. Shortire's effort took a huge deflection, but it fell straight into Bob's path, and he was able to find the back of the net. Bournemouth is still at 0-0. We have won our match. There's no title celebration on the pitch. Have we done it? Have we done it? Yes! Stockport are the champions. We've done it on the final day. Watford, we can't thank you enough. Keeping a clean sheet for us against Bournemouth, and obviously us doing our part as well. Oscar Bob the hero for us on the day, the 90th minute winner, and that has secured us the title. What an achievement for us. What a day to be a Stockport fan and to be involved with Stockport as a club. It's a monumental achievement for us. If I'm part of the favoured personnel now. I wasn't at the beginning of the game, and delightful to see that they are now recognising the work that I've done at the club. What a day, like we said before. We have got our hands on that championship title. It's definitely unexpected before the start of the season. We were down in the bottom half of the table. Birmingham as well, another team which started off the season in the eyes of the media at least being favourites to be in the bottom half. Both of us have had incredible seasons, but it's ourselves and Bournemouth who get automatic promotion. Birmingham, despite being top for so long, miss out and have to go through the playoffs if they're going to do it at all. It'll be Birmingham, Palace, Sunderland and Burnley who'll battle it out in there. Sad news though, South Shields, they had a really good comeback second half of the season but weren't quite able to get playoffs. Only finished 1 point out of them at the end of the season, so desperately looking for them. Daniel Byrne played a good part in the comeback as well, so he's had a fantastic season and it's great to see the development he has made. But I think to finish off the episode, we will just get through the playoffs. We'll see who goes up and we'll see if we get ourselves a season review as well. As you would expect, Board are very happy with the performance that we're putting in as manager. Aim for next season, very sensibly, is attempt to avoid relegation from the Premier Division. Interesting to see again that there is plans for them to expand the stadium. We haven't had anything pop up yet, but reason to believe that the stadium could be growing once more. So that'll be nice to happen. Like we say, the board do seem to be very interested in making sure the club improves. So we'll go ahead and accept that current vision and we'll make sure we pass on the message to the players as well that we are looking to fight to avoid relegation next year. Players are happy with the plans for next year. We're going to set off to sunny Spain for the pre-season tour. Lee Dilly getting the Player of the Month award and also the Young Player of the Month award. I got Manager of the Month. Realistically, probably going to be getting Manager of the Year as well, because who would have expected Stockport to be getting promoted? Paul Clements is going to be coming in as a goalkeeping coach for us as well. So improving the staff as early on as possible is going to give us a good chance of performing well next season. We do have the stadium expansion plans. It's for another 2,831, so I think that'll take it up to just over 16,000. And we are getting some undersoil heating in there as well. It's going to be costing $5.5 million, but with the Premier League money that we are getting, it is something that we can afford. We are going to request improved youth facilities as well, and we definitely want to improve the youth setup that we do have. Like we say, when I came to the club, there was lots of players from previous youth intakes which were fantastic, but since I've been here, the youth intakes have definitely gotten worse. Haven't had the money to be able to finance and improve the infrastructure at the club, but with being promoted to the Premier League, that is definitely something we would be able to do. Anticipating £80 million coming in as part of the TV revenue for the Premier League. So if we can pump some of that into ensuring that the facilities are at the best they can be, then it'll only help Stockport in the long run. So it's definitely something that we need to aim to do. The board have agreed to improve the youth facility, so it's one thing checked off the list. We'll have to go and ask them to improve the youth level as well. And a couple of young players being signed up for the under-21s as well. We did it last year where we brought in players just to add a bit of competition into the second string and to make them a bit more of a competitive outfit. These players are serving that exact same purpose. Don't expect them to break into the first team, but making sure our second team is more competitive throughout the year. Another example there, Alex Armstrong also going to be joining, just to give the under-21s a bit more competition throughout the year. We now have enough budget to be able to cover worldwide as well, so hopefully we can start seeing some exotic players come to the club, maybe some South American players, maybe some African players, Asian players, who knows where we could be getting players from. We'll be delighted to see what options we have available with that extended range, and hopefully we'll be able to improve the scouting structure as well to make sure we're getting the best possible candidates for transfers into our team. We're going to be seeing the first of the playoff semi-finals today, and it is going to be Burnley against Birmingham. Like we were saying before, Birmingham would find themselves really unlucky to miss out on promotion. They've managed to get themselves a 2-2 draw in the first leg, so maybe giving them a bit of an advantage going into the home leg, but definitely going to be a close game. Sunderland against Crystal Palace next, and another close tie in this one, another 2-2 draw. So Birmingham, Crystal Palace, the teams which did finish third and fourth, maybe with a slight advantage going into the second legs. So interesting to see how they unfold. The squad have now gone on holiday, so we'll say goodbye to them. John Egan, it'll be the final time he is classed as a professional footballer. He's retiring in about a week's time. Didn't have that much of an impact on the pitch for us, but we're going to claim that it was his influence in the background which helped us get promoted today. Out of the loan players, I don't think we'll be seeing Finn back at the club. Didn't really do too much across the appearance which he did have. Admittedly, there wasn't too many of them due to the form of Smith, but definitely think we can do a little better. One of the players potentially we could do a little better with is Curtis Constant. He's currently on loan from Newcastle. I have actually really enjoyed the work he's done across his time at the club. Is someone who can play that defensive midfield position, can also cover right back as well. So may consider making a bid for him. His contract is ending at Newcastle. I have the option to extend it. Not sure if they are going to do that at the moment. So we'll see if there's any interest. And this could be our first signing. With the wages that he wants there, though, doesn't look like it's going to be happening anytime soon, if it does at all. So it's the return leg at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace with a little bit of an advantage, having drawn 2-2 in the away leg, but it's anyone's game today. And it went to extra time, but Crystal Palace just had the edge, so they will be going to Wembley, and it'll either be Burnley or Birmingham that they would face. Justice says that it would be Birmingham who make it to the playoff final at the very least, but football isn't really a game that is fair a lot of the time. Birmingham have to do the job themselves. They have to make sure that they beat Burnley to see if they can get to the final as well. Evening kick-off on the Sunday, and this one went to penalties, but probably just the Birmingham advance, and it will be the Birmingham City Crystal Palace final. That is taking place in 6 days' time, and if I was to put my money on it, I would be saying Birmingham City are going to be the team that's joining us in the Premier League. I think they've deserved it through the season. I've got an eye on a Crystal Palace defender as well that I would like to sign, so if Birmingham can do us a favour and come up with us to make that player a bit more interested, I wouldn't mind that one bit either. Well, we haven't had the playoff final yet, but we are getting our season review, so we'll take a quick peek through this. So we can see there in terms of rating, Duran, Morris, Kwanzaa and Akchacek definitely performed well when they were on the pitch. Surprisingly, signing of the season has gone to Tom Brooks. Definitely didn't think he was a terrible signing. Thought he might have had a little bit more of an impact than what he did, but I think he was playing in quite an unfamiliar reduced role for a lot of the year. We're trying to shoehorn him in as a ball-winning midfielder, so he's the player who has had to do the most chopping and changing, and I think he has actually performed quite well. Little shout out to Tommy Reid as well. Came in, wasn't expecting him to do too much, but has proven to be a very good, reliable backup option for us throughout the course of the year. Wiseman, probably the most disappointing signing at the moment. Do have faith that he can turn good and definitely reach somewhere near that potential which he does have. At the moment it hasn't happened for him, but maybe with a full pre-season under his belt next year, he can become a little bit more of an effective player. As you would expect, delighted with what we did across the course of the season. 5-0 was the biggest win away from biggest win across the season. I think it was a result which we got a few times. Can't remember the match to remember. And goal of the season. It was actually a really good goal from Duran. I remember this one quite well, and yeah, can see why it won the goal of the season. In terms of revenue coming into the club, it has gone up a lot more since last season, definitely bringing in more sponsorship. Broadcast revenue not quite as good as last year, but I think we've made up for that. We've only sold 196 shirts all year, though I find that to be quite strange. Patino selling the best out of everyone, Duran coming second, and hopefully we can make a few signings over the summer which attract a few more people to start getting those shirts. No major surprises in the team of the year, to be fair. Probably the team that went out more often than not. Just look what the players did. Freddie Smith, obviously a fantastic rating across the course of the year. 10 assists from the young man as well. It's really great to see that he had improved on last year. Duran and Isaac, Duran 26 goal contributions, Isaac 25. They've played a huge part in what we did this season. Lee Dilly as well, 19 goals, 1 assist to his name. It's been a fantastic team effort this year. Defensively, they have really been fantastic. Balcom, in terms of keeping clean sheets, absolutely brilliant. We can see that he has now kept the most clean sheets by a player in the season. It's not just a record for Stockport, it's across the entire league. Wiseman showing there why he is disappointment. It was the highest transfer fee which we have paid, so really expected a little bit more from him. It might have been the pressure of the price tag which meant he hasn't been able to perform fully yet, but overall lots of things for us to be happy about over the course of the season. Getting points which would have secured us automatic promotion in any of the seasons since the save began, something really to be happy with. Breaking into the overall best 11 since the beginning of the save. Patino's in there, Piccinini's in there. So Oscar Bob has made his way into the team as well. So it's nice to see our players are breaking in there, but I feel it definitely will be changing quite a lot over the course of the save, providing we stay at Stockport. No plans to leave over the next season, but like we were saying before, football is a funny game. Then it is the playoff final. Like we were saying, I would quite like Crystal Palace to lose out in this match, because there is a defender which we have our eye on. I'll show you him now. Muffy Jamidi. He has had a breakthrough season with Crystal Palace this year. I think looking at him, he would definitely be an improvement to our back line. Someone really to partner Kwanzaa at the back. Left footed as well, so it would add a good balance. So he is someone that we're definitely keeping an eye on. Maybe going to make an offer for him. You'll have to come back next episode to double check that. Jordan Bruce Smith is another player who I've had my eye on quite a bit, but I think with the players we've got at the club, despite the fact he's had an absolutely tremendous season, I don't think he's quite the player I thought he was at the beginning of the year. Next episode will see us come back for a transfer special, though we need to make sure the squad is strengthened adequately to put in a half decent fight at staying up in the Premier League. So we've got a lot of work to do. Some regular faces might be leaving the squad. Piccinini, Loftus-Cheek, Adramola, all players who are under threat of leaving the club. So it's going to be a big window for us. We've got more money than we've ever had, and hopefully we can get ourselves a good squad assembled. As always, if you have enjoyed that, please make sure to drop a like and a comment on the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel for regular updates and to continue seeing our course upwards through the leagues. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.